Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Dr. Frank. I'm the founder of Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching Programs, and I also happen to be an ex-weed addict. And in today's brief video, I want to talk to you about some of the benefits that I experienced in my life after I quit smoking weed. Now, this video is part 3 of a 3-part video series called Quitting Weed Survival Guide. In parts 1 and 2, which I'm dropping later on this week, I'm going to talk about THC withdrawal symptoms, tips and tricks on how to manage those, and I'm going to talk about why we experience THC withdrawal symptoms when we try and quit smoking weed. But I figured I would start by dropping the most positive video first. So one of the primary benefits that I experienced when I quit smoking weed was actually improved sleep. Although when you first stop smoking, for many people, insomnia is a huge issue and a real pain in the butt, your sleep, or at least my sleep, actually became significantly better. I started dreaming again. I started to achieve a deeper quality of sleep, a more restful and a more restorative sleep. And that improved sleep led to increased energy levels. I used to go through my day constantly fatigued, constantly tired, and I found myself always needing to reach for an energy drink, a coffee, an espresso, a pre-workout just to get to the gym. And when I quit smoking weed, I didn't need caffeine at all. Period. I was able to completely cut caffeine out of my life. Now, this was fascinating because when I first started using weed, I truly felt that it benefited my sleep. But as I became more of a chronic user and used it long term, I can tell you now, looking back, it was definitely damaging in the case of my THC usage. So with better sleep, this led to increased energy levels. And these increased energy levels were important because this allowed me to start getting to the gym more and taking time to take care of my nutrition. I had more energy to cook food. I had more energy to go food shopping. I had more energy to wake up and work out or work out after a long day of work. And I started to physically feel better about myself, which played into increased confidence. Now, the increased confidence, although taking care of myself, working out, and getting better sleep absolutely helped, that came with the simple act of quitting smoking weed. What do I mean by that? When I quit smoking weed, I never thought I was going to be capable of doing it, just like I never believed I would be capable of quitting nicotine products. But once I actually put my foot down and said, I quit, and I proved to myself that I was capable of doing something that I didn't think I once was capable of, my confidence went way up. And that's super important because as I became more confident, I started to have less and less social anxiety. When I started to develop less social anxiety, I was getting out and making more connections. And the connections that I made led to bigger, better, and greater opportunities in my life. So think about this cycle. Quit smoking weed, confidence goes up, social anxiety goes down, I get out in public, I start making more connections, and the connections that I made with people then led to some incredible opportunities in my life. Another aspect of my life that improved significantly was my nutrition. When I was smoking weed a lot, I would honestly eat like crap. I wasn't one of the healthy stoners. I would eat burgers, pizza, a bunch of chips. I was never one for candy, but I was eating a lot of junk food, and that junk food was taking a significant toll on my physical health. When I quit smoking weed, I got really into like paleo-based nutrition protocols and plans, and I'll tell you, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. As I started to eat healthier, I started to get more energy. As I started to eat healthier, I started to sleep better. Once I was sleeping better and I was having more energy, I was able to then go use my time in a valuable manner. And that's a really important thing because when you first quit smoking weed, you're going to gain back a lot of your time. I spent a lot of my life high. After work, I'd go home and I'd get high. And on a weekend, going out with friends, I'd be high. I spent a lot of time high, not really accomplishing anything. And the worst part was, here I was sitting there telling myself after a day's work, Frank, you did good today. You deserve this. You accomplished everything you needed to. And that was so far from the truth. I was simply too numb to realize it from the cannabis use. So once I started to respect my time and use my time in a valuable manner, time started to respect me. One of the things I tell people here at Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching is respect your time or time won't respect you. I also became way less bored. Believe it or not, weed was making me content with being bored. I always was under the impression that weed cured the boredom, but it didn't. Weed simply made me content with being a boring person. And as you can tell by watching my videos, I am far from a boring person. I like excitement. I like relationships. I like connecting with people. I like getting out and experiencing new things, new hobbies, new places, new routines. And weed prevented me from doing all of those things. So one of the benefits I got when I quit smoking weed was I became way less bored. I suddenly had a lot more time to get out and start doing the things that I wanted to do in life. Another benefit that I experienced when I quit smoking weed was I had significantly less anxiety. And I think a lot of this had to do with the activities that I would do while I was high. I would get high, I would browse social media, I would watch Netflix for hours on end until some ungodly hour, even though I had to be up early the next day. And it's been proven that spending too much time on social media and spending too much time on media in general can lead to heightened levels of anxiety. So here I am not working on my goals. Here I am not experiencing new things, just consuming a bunch of trash media content. And I truly think that was playing a huge role in my day-to-day anxiety. Once I quit smoking weed, browsing social media all night long suddenly lost its lust. And I started to do things. I started to take walks. I started to shower before bed. I started to read before bed. Eventually, now I edit videos before I go to bed for this YouTube channel. So there was many benefits that I experienced. I could also talk about the financial benefit. When you suffer from an addiction, you tend to lose your impulse control and you tend to no longer appreciate that delayed gratification. You're used to instant gratification. I hit this joint, I'm instantly feeling better. One of the things that I started to develop after quitting smoking weed was I was able to accept delayed gratification. I was way less irritable when I didn't get my way, and I was way more patient as far as understanding the process goes to trying to achieve something in life, whether that be financially, in my job, in my relationship, in my physical fitness. I gained a lot more patience. I became accustomed to delayed gratification. Towards the end of my weed smoking journey, I was experiencing full-blown panic attacks. I would lay down at night and my heart would just start to race. It was honestly a horrible thing. And once I quit smoking weed after I got through that period of withdrawal symptoms, my anxiety practically went away. Not only did it go away, but I also learned healthy coping techniques. When I quit smoking weed, I no longer had one of my primary coping techniques. So this forced me to work with other people and learn other techniques to manage stress in a healthy manner, which in turn now allows me to perform under pressure in my day-to-day life and my day-to-day routines, which is a key trait of people who are successful. They are able to perform under pressure. Another benefit that I got from smoking weed. Those are just a few. I'm sure I could think of a bunch more, but I want you guys to stay tuned right here on this channel each day this week, because tomorrow I'm going to drop a video on weed withdrawal survival guide tips, where I talk about the symptoms of THC withdrawal while providing you guys with some in-depth tips and tricks on how to manage THC withdrawal to make sure that you get through it. But just a few things for you guys to look forward to. If you have quit, what things have you experienced that are positive in your life since you've quit smoking weed? Drop a comment, let me know. We would love to hear it. Stay tuned to the channel, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.